Chicago, 1929. More than half the city's cops are on the take. In a North Side garage, 7 gangsters are lined up. They think it's routine, but today is no shakedown. Behind them, a group of men arrive, 2 carrying Thompson submachine guns. It's the most notorious slaying in mob history. The question is, who's behind the hit? The police or Al Capone? Detectives and photographers flood the scene. This shocking picture will appear in newspapers around the U.S. This is what Prohibition has come to. America has had enough. The federal government is forced to act. Major Calvin Goddard, methodical, clinical, weapons expert. Pioneer of a brand new science, ballistic forensics. For the first time, vital clues like bullet casings at a murder scene can be analyzed. Goddard's work leads to one of the first forensic crime labs in America. It will revolutionize the work of the FBI. His job, to find out who is behind the St. Valentine's Day massacre. When a gun fires, it leaves marks on the bullet casing as unique as a fingerprint. By analyzing casings at the murder scene, Goddard establishes that just 2 Tommy guns were fired. Neither is a police gun. Everything points to Capone. But convicting Capone of murder won't be easy. He has an alibi. He was in Florida at the time. They'll have to get him on a different charge. Frank Wilson, accountant, a very different kind of crime buster. He's an agent of the Bureau of Internal Revenue in D.C. He's going after Capone on tax evasion. In 1913, the 16th Amendment gives the federal government the right to tax personal income. Even criminals have to pay taxes. Capone is one of the richest men in the country. He should be paying 25% tax. Between 1925 and 1929, he pays nothing.
The defendant himself had no bank accounts, kept no book records of activities, bought no property in his own name. He conducted all his financial dealings with currency.
To secure a conviction, Wilson needs to prove Capone has an income on which he is paying no tax. He uncovers a ledger, confiscated from a business called the Hawthorne Smoke Shop, thought to be a Capone front. It's a detailed record of a gambling business. But no taxes have been paid on the income from this business. If Wilson can establish a direct link with Capone, he may be able to nail the nation's most notorious criminal on tax evasion. Wilson studies the ledger, but can't connect it to Capone. Then, a breakthrough. The handwriting.
A careful comparison of the handwriting in the ledger with specimens from various employees of the Capone organization established that the handwriting belonged to the managers and the cashier of the Hawthorne Smoke Shop.
The handwriting proves Capone's connection to the business. It's the vital evidence. On October 18, 1931, Al Capone is found guilty of tax evasion and sentenced to 11 years in prison.
Frank Willison found out that he was not paying his taxes. And it's an odd thing, this man who had done all these other things, ordered the execution of lots of people, was responsible for the murder of people, and they get him on tax evasion.
Tax is no small matter. Prohibition has been a disaster. It has massively increased the stranglehold of organized crime. It's cost the government billions in lost tax revenue. Gangsters like Capone have become rich at America's expense. But now, more than ever, the government needs cash. The stock market crash in 1929 has brought the economy to its knees. The government is broke. A levy on alcohol is a solution. On December 5th, 1933, Prohibition is abolished. Killed by the need for cold, hard cash. It's an extraordinary U-turn. The only time in history an amendment to the Constitution is repealed. The 3 decades of economic boom, fueled by oil, cars, and the rapid growth of megacities, are now over. The country has hard times ahead.